of the other things that I showed all the classes was the surface revolution, where I create a 2D shape. I start with a 2D shape, a simple line, and you can see what I start with is I'm just pressing S to get a snap. I'm just starting with a shape that's going to be the head of my pen. I would normally do that as a separate part, but I'm just going to do this in a single file. So let's say I've got that shape, and then I'm going to make another shape which is slightly smaller than this one, but it's going to be a bit zigzag for the gripper. I'm going to make the gripper, I haven't made it terribly uniform, and then it comes down in a pointed bit. So if you see, I've made the radial cross section. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to modify this line. I'll select the vertex, and these two vertices I'm going to make them in the same Z position, or rather the same X position. So that one is, so I'm putting X position as 0 for both of them. It looks like it is 0. For this other guy as well, I'm going to select these two vertices and put their X position to 0. So I'll just make that 0. So they are aligned, just so that they are aligned. What that does is, that allows me to then use a modifier like lathe. And when I lathe it, I'm going to choose the minimum option. See that minimum, center, maximum? That chooses the edge about which it is swung around. I'm going to choose this bottom one, and again I choose the lathe option, go to minimum. And the important thing is you must weld the core. Otherwise you get a shading problem. Now this one looks too sharp. I can select these vertices. I can right click and say smooth, and then I can even move them to make a nice grip. I might delete a few. Now normally I would be very fanatic. I would make it to precision, but right now I'm just teaching you techniques in a very quick way. And then when you come back to lathe, which is still upright, I come to line, click on the line, click on the lathe, and yep. I would say it's still too much. I'd take it in, make it thinner. I'm going to take these two, I'm going to scale them up. You take the scale tool, scale them vertically so they're a bit. Now we'll do materials next week, but for now I can take this guy, make it yellow, take this guy, make it gray or black, and I have a pen, right? Now one last thing I'm going to make is a clip. Let me save it before I crash it. So to make that pocket clip, if I press the F4 key, I will be able to see. Oh, what luck, I saved it. So I'm just going to make a pocket clip. I'm going to take some polygons, pull them out twice, take the polygons below, pull them out, and I'll just make a pocket clip there. You have to do that for the chess pieces especially. Once you sweep them, you have to convert them to editable polygons to sort of complete the object. So what I'm going to do is, the F4 key shows me the wireframe. I'm going to right click, convert to editable polygon. Under the modify thing, you will see editable polygon. You can select some polygons. I'm going to select 2 of these polygons. I'm going to go down here and extrude them. I will extrude it once, and then I will extrude it again. Now what I'm going to do is, the 2 polygons at the bottom, these 2, I'm going to extrude them once, and then I'll extrude them again, but not with that much. And I might extrude them one more time. I'll tell you why. The reason is, I'm going to take these points and I'm going to take these points, pull them out. I'm going to take these points and just scale them in. To make a kind of a clip. That's too bad, too big and too ugly. So I'll undo that. And I'll just leave it at that. I just need to apply a smoothing on this, so the facets are actually rendered nice and smooth. Or I can select them and say all of these are one smoothing group. I can go to polygon and probably just select all of those polygons there. I'm just going to go down here, and there's something called smooth. Yeah, I just that makes a mesh smooth, but you can also have a smoothing group. There are many ways to cheat. I'll just mesh smooth that, and I think I also need to go and make it into a smoothing group and say auto smooth. I think that should make it a bit smooth. Yeah, so now it looks a bit smooth, and I've got my clip. So I'm going to stop.